Okay, here we go. Let's try some Legion Tower Defense, Part 2. It would be so cool if they came out with a Part 3 in Unreal Engine 5. Let's go Mastermind Redraw. That means you can redraw your cards as much as you want, but it does cost gold. There's a Sand Badger and a Pilgrim. Pilgrim, the best healer in the game. Sand Badger gets special defense against arcane magic. Not bad right there. The redraw gameplay is a little tricky. Before you start going redraw, you might need to know the game pretty well. You'll need to know the units really well. We've been talking about casting out demons for quite a long time now.
20 seconds.
I'm just checking what my teammates have, what they do, how they think. And I quit my guild about a week or two ago. I had been with them for 3 years, but I'm just going to do some solo gameplay and chill out.
All right, sir.
I never know what day the Lord wants me to record videos or even to talk on the phone to people. I just about never know. But when he gives the order to work on videos, to share messages, I usually go through a very similar routine. Just looking at what everybody's playing. He's trying to use an egg. He's using a Gatling gun. So before I start to record videos, I have a routine that the Lord has given me. And maybe you're thinking, well, I read the Bible and I try to get stronger reading stories of David or Samson or Paul in the Bible. No, I don't do that. I'm going to have to redraw soon. Now, they buffed the Fire Archer right there. The Fire Archer is a little bit stronger now than he used to be, and that's really good. They're cheap, single target DPS. And you can check the damage meter up on the top right. So we have our tank. We got the Fire Archer and a Bone Warrior. And the Fire Archer is almost matching the Sand Badger. So he's a little bit stronger now. The routine that I go through before I start recording, the routines that I went through before I hit the streets helping the homeless, has to do with praying and spending one-on-one time with Jesus and working on being more humble.
On my way.
Humbling myself is the major foundation of the routine that I'm going through when I'm going to go do ministry work. And in case you haven't heard of this before, humbling yourself is one of the most powerful forms of spiritual warfare that you could ever do. I'm trying to save up gold to get a pilgrim, the best healer in the game. And if I don't do that, I have to redraw, which is going to cost gold. So I'm stuck right now. Okay, we got enough for a pilgrim. And either we'll build a couple pilgrims or we'll grab one of them and start
My
redrawing.
ancestors, guide me.
So we got our tank, we got our healer, and we got 2 fire mages who just got buffed. We got the pilgrim just in time too.
Off to work.
So if you don't mind me suggesting, before you're going to start your ministry work, you want to be working on humbling yourself. You could check the damage meter up on the top right. The pilgrim, yeah, just so good. Do you know, before I started recording this video right now, the Lord Jesus told me to cast out the demon that is bothering my throat.
My ancestors, guide me.
And I forgot. And he's tormenting me. He's attacking my throat while I'm talking right now. So, besides praying before you do ministry work, well, what is praying about? One-on-one time with God
Off to work.
before you start ministry work. Besides working on humbling yourself before you start your ministry work, well, what's that about? Letting your pride go.
Consider it done.
We've got 2 pilgrims. We could consider redrawing now if we want. We got lots of options here.
I hear the desert's cold.
The pilgrims are the best healer in the game, and they do fantastic damage also. Check the damage meter up on the top right. Now, you might be thinking, well, Garrett, the fire archer is right there. Listen, the fire archer is upgraded. The pilgrim is not upgraded yet. When you upgrade that pilgrim into a lost chieftain, he's going to be off the charts. Look at that healing on the tank. Watch this. Keeping him alive
Right away.
while the fire mages rain down fire. We're doing okay. Some of the guys here
Consider it done.
I play with and fight against quite often. My teammate in yellow is a very good player. We're in second place, basically. Humbling yourself before you do your ministry work. Letting the pride go, letting your ego go. Realizing you are not special. What's the second tank for? Getting ready for the Wave 10 boss. You might build in a different way, and that's awesome. For me, I like to have 2 tanks before the Wave 10 boss. What else can we do before we start doing ministry work? cast the demons out of you. If you know of any specific demons bothering you, if you're under oppression, if you're under depression, fear, anxiety, tormenting your mind, your thoughts, cast them out. One of the routines that I do before I start ministry work is casting out the demons. Now you might be thinking, well, Garrett, I thought a chosen one couldn't have demons in them. Well, you made a mistake. Jesus is the only one who was perfect, and he had no demons because he was perfect. Nobody else is perfect. Everybody has demons inside of them, and I mean everybody. We're ready for the wave 10 boss, next wave.
Yes, my lord.
The key is, who do we want to upgrade after this wave is over? What do we want to do? We've got fantastic DPS. We have a great tank. We have the best healer. We could redraw just for fun, or we can sit on this build for a while.
Off to work.
Shut down.
We leaked there because my enemy really came after me with a strong unit. I think it's a witch. I'm having trouble. It's either a witch or a shaman. I think it's a witch. Those are very strong. We're on the wave 10 boss. What can we do?
My ancestors.
There we go. Our pilgrim is now a lost chieftain. And he is going to give the tank in front of him lots of extra health. What are those bone warriors there for? I'm going to use them as mages to buff the DPS units next to them. Look up at the top right at the damage of the lost chieftain. Okay, we killed the boss easily. So, one of the main routines that I do before I start ministry work is working on humbling myself. I'm just looking around right now before I decide what to do. Take the 100 gold, build 2 more workers. My teammate in yellow is building an egg. We're on wave 11. Hey, I got into first place.
Right away. Right away.
And that is the simple but deep, powerful, intimate routine that I follow with the Lord Jesus. I pray to him. Well, you might be thinking, Garrett, I don't pray to Jesus, I pray to the Father. That's okay. Pray to whichever of the two you want. However God's grace leads you, pray to that God. We have God the Father. Look, we made it to their king again. And we have God's Son, Jesus,
Yes, my lord.
who is also a creator class spirit, the highest class of spirit there is. We'll turn him into a Hades, and he's going to do incredible DPS now. I sold them off so I can build another worker. We are temporarily in first place. I just love my build.
All right, sir.
Keep pumping out workers.
All right, sir. Right
Let me
away.
share with you that
On my way.
if you're not working on humbling yourself, you are missing out on a gigantic portion of the kingdom of God. You are missing
All right,
out
sir.
on intimacy with the Lord
Off
Jesus.
to work.
You're missing out
Yes, my lord.
on fellowshipping
Right away.
and communication with Jesus. Do you see that? Our enemy's almost dead.
Consider it done.
Not enough gold.
Just gonna pour out workers and try to overwhelm. Your workers get you Mythium. Your Mythium is spent sending units against your enemy. Now we're in automatic mode this match, so the computer is sending our units for us. Look at the DPS up on the top right. The Hades is a fantastic unit.
On my way.
The Iron Scale tank, fantastic tank.
Right away.
Lost Chieftain just owning.
Right away. All right, sir.
Shut down.
And that's the routine I follow before I start recording. If the Lord is sending you grace, copy parts of it you want, add to it, subtract from it. And you might be thinking, well, Garrett, do I have to do these things? Yes and no. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you're really going to struggle talking with Jesus. You're really going to struggle falling in love with him more and more. You're really going to struggle falling in love with God the Father. You're really going to struggle in your addictions, and you're really going to struggle in your ministry work and your entire life if you're not praying,
Right away.
working on humbling yourself, and casting out the demons
Yes, my lord.
when God sends grace.
Off to
Okay,
work.
we're in first place. Our team is doing very good. The enemy king is almost dead. So basically, I'm attacking orange. We're on the wave 15 boss. We got to be ready for him. Okay, what else? A healer
Desert's cold.
or a tank? Another pilgrim or a tank? Let's try it this way.
For the tribes.
We'll put out a little baby tank also. This is the wave 15 boss. My teammate in green is using Gatling cannons, Gatling guns, whatever they're called.
All right, sir.
So I want to urge you, seek out Jesus one-on-one.
Consider it done.
You might be thinking, well, Garrett, I read the Bible. Okay, fine. You read the Bible, but are you seeking out Jesus?
Off to work.
You might be thinking, well, Garrett, I watch Christian concerts. That's fine, but are you seeking out Jesus? Well, you might be thinking, well, Garrett, I like to read, the book of Enoch. Hey, we won. Look at that.
Victory.
That's a rare Wave 15 victory. That's incredible. We were in first place and we got the MVP. That right there is God's grace.